Ted Cruz is going to talk to John Carl of ABC about Obamacare again, and this is even ridiculous by Ted Cruz standards.
You had a very big applause line out here. You said, we will repeal
every single word of Obamacare.
We can acknowledge that's not going to happen while Barack Obama's president, right?
Yeah, I'll give you one scenario where it could. If there's one thing that unifies politicians of both parties, is their top priority is preserving their own hide. And if enough congressional Democrats realize they either stand with Obamacare and lose, or they listen to the American people and have a chance at staying in office, that's the one scenario we could do it in 2015. If not, we'll do it in 2017.
So you honestly think there's a chance that you could get Obamacare repealed? Every word, as you say.
Every
with
single
Obama
word.
In the White House.
You know, what's funny, John, is the media treats that as a bizarre proposition.
Well, it is, because he's not going to sign it. It is a bizarre proposition.
It is the most unpopular law in the country. Millions of people have lost their jobs, have lost their health care, have been forced into part-time work, have their premiums skyrocketing. And right now, Washington isn't listening to those people. That's how we win elections. That's also how we repeal Obamacare.
Okay, I'm not sure Ted Cruz knows what a veto is. Because there's only two possible conclusions watching that video. There's two possible choices here. Either Ted Cruz does not know what a veto is and doesn't understand that the president has veto power. So even if it were, which it wouldn't, a repeal were to get through the House of Representatives and then the Senate, which again it wouldn't because Democrats have a majority in the Senate. But even under that scenario, it gets to the president's desk and he would have to sign it. And Obama's not going to sign a repeal of Obamacare, his own law, arguably his best accomplishment. So he might not know what a veto is. It's either that or he's a brazen liar. That's the only other option. It's either he is a brazen liar. And the level of brazenness, if you will, that one would have in order to make that claim is off the goddamn charts, man. Off the charts. Because you're saying into a camera to a national TV audience, you're saying to the face of a reporter and a journalist, we can get a repeal of Obamacare under Obama. Either massive stupidity and ignorance and he doesn't know what a veto is, or he's just the world's most brazen liar, which is maybe even scarier. I don't know which is scarier. Both of them are unacceptable. But let's go to his other claim here that, it's the most unpopular law ever, or whatever he said, in American history, whatever he said. Total nonsense, man. Let me give you the actual numbers, okay? 61% of respondents in a poll favored allowing young adults to stay on their parents' insurance plans until the age of 26, a key provision of Obamacare. 72% of respondents wish to maintain the requirement that companies with more than 50 workers provide health insurance for their employees. 82% of respondents favored banning insurance companies from denying coverage to people with pre-existing conditions. Another one of the best provisions in Obamacare. Also, let me give you a couple more here. How about the provision that has tax credits to small businesses to buy insurance? They give tax credits to small businesses to buy insurance. 88% of the American people are in favor of that. How about the Obamacare provision to close the Medicare donut hole? 81% are in favor of that. How about the health insurance exchanges? One of the biggest provisions of Obamacare. Okay, 80% in favor of that. How about the subsidy assistance to individuals, 76%. Medicaid expansion, 71%. It goes on and on. Overwhelming majorities in almost every single area here. Now, that proves the opposite. When you go provision by provision, the American people love Obamacare. But putting that aside, let's go directly to his claim that, the American people obviously want a repeal of Obamacare or a defund of Obamacare. We know that for sure. Okay, well, 30% of Republicans want to repeal Obamacare. That's it. That's according to a Morning Consult group poll. 30% of Republicans want to repeal Obamacare. Not even 30% of Americans. 30% of Republicans want to repeal Obamacare. So how many want to defund it? 7%. 7%, again, of Republicans want to defund it. Not even 7% of Americans want to defund it. So what we have here is Ted Cruz is just he's got He's got verbal diarrhea. He's such a helpless partisan. He doesn't even bother to read a poll or two before he spews his garbage and his nonsense on TV. The good news is the rest of us have this thing called Google, and we can find out the truth.